Good morning and welcome to The Morning Five. I'm your host, Michael Ware, President and CEO of the Center for Christianity and Public Life. Today is Wednesday, August 12th. I'll start today with a passage from Romans 12. Let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil, hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in spirit, serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints and seek to show hospitality. Bless those who persecute you, bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. May God bless the reading of His Word. Well, friends, so glad to be with you today. Let's catch up on the news. First, for today's updates, some good news. Russia has released an American that had been imprisoned there for more than 4 years. Robert Gilman of Massachusetts, a former Marine, was on the way home yesterday. He faces serious health concerns after being imprisoned for allegedly assaulting a police officer. President Trump said Gilman's return came on a humanitarian basis and that Russia asked for no one in return. Next up, the U.S. military fired on a ship flagged from Panama yesterday as it tried to transit Iranian waters amid an American blockade on Iran's ports. The Wall Street Journal reports a Navy helicopter fired 2 missiles into the ship after its crew ignored warnings about the blockade. The ship had been attempting to cross the Gulf of Oman near Pakistan. As of yesterday, there appeared to be no casualties after the strike. All 17 of the ship's crew had been accounted for. Last, for today's quick updates, rescue efforts are still underway in Colombia after an earthquake on Monday. At the time of this recording, the death toll had gone up to 224 people, according to CNN. We're praying for the people of Colombia. Now, for our main story today, a deep dive into a secession movement in Canada's province of Alberta. This summer, Mickey Jurek, a journalist covering Canada for Politico, reported from Alberta independence rallies about an upcoming referendum that could set the stage for Canada's first breakaway province. Jurek writes in a long-form piece this week that Albertans who support independence come from a wide variety of grievances, many of them having to do with oil and gas policies they believe have undercut Alberta's economic standing. Others are fans of President Trump and hope to join the United States, and others have concerns about how Canada's tax dollars are distributed. Alberta is a conservative province that relies on the oil industry, given its natural resources. Residents there are set to vote in October on whether to hold a full referendum on seceding from Canada. So it's a vote on whether to have a vote. But Canadian leaders see it as a real threat to the country's unity, and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has made multiple stops there this summer to campaign against secession. I'll read from the report for a moment. Sandy Moore, a grandmother of 4, will vote to quit Canada. At the Albertans' Day festivities, she acknowledges that her views were partly shaped by going down an internet rabbit hole. Her greatest fears include Jeffrey Epstein's island and secret cults. She says that she joined the separatist movement to protect her grandchildren from global elites and their drive for a new world order. This is good versus evil, Moore says. We're the good. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. And until Alberta separates, Moore places her faith not in Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, whom she views as part of a Davos cabal, but in U.S. President Donald Trump. I kept thinking this. Trump is the only one that can save us. Now, Albertan complaints about its treatment in the Canadian Federation are Older than internet conspiracy theories, though, Canada has a revenue equalization program which distributes federal tax income to less wealthy provinces. As Jurek writes, because Alberta's oil-rich economy is one of the country's wealthiest, it has never qualified for those payments. At the same time, Ottawa collects more in federal taxes from Albertans than it spends in the province, which reinforces a decades-old belief that Alberta bankrolls the rest of the country while getting too little in return. One critical moment came when President Biden entered office and canceled a cross-border oil pipeline project affecting Alberta. Carney has pointed to a new pipeline deal to sell Albertan oil as a reason for Albertans to stick with Canada. He's also rescinded some earlier environmental policies that Albertans saw as restricting the oil and gas industry. The vote is set for October 19th. No Canadian province has ever seceded, though some secessionist movements, including violent groups, gained traction in Quebec in the 1960s. In Canada, we are strongest when we are united, when we look out for each other and ensure that no child, no family, no one is left behind, Carney said in the speech earlier this year. This spirit of solidarity and generosity helps define us as a nation. Let's stop there for today and pray together. Dear Father, always near us, may your name be treasured and loved. May your rule be completed in us. May your will be done here on earth in just the way it is done in heaven. Give us today the things we need today, and forgive us our sins and impositions on you, as we are forgiving all who in any way offend us. Please don't put us through trials, but deliver us from everything bad, because you are the one in charge, and you have all the power, and the glory too is all yours forever, which is just the way we want it. All right, friends, thank you for joining me today. As always, The Morning Five is brought to you in partnership with the That Sounds Fun Network, supported by the Center for Christianity and Public Life. If you'd like to learn more about our work at CCPL, you can visit ccpubliclife.org. We hope you have a wonderful Wednesday.